Testing. And that immediately reminds me that I turned off my subtitles. Oh, it's lagging. It should be loading in. Hello? Oh, there we go. Hello, Kirio. Yes. Okay, I was wondering why my computer is kind of slow. I left my model file open. Okay, yeah, it's a bit of a slow start, as usual. Oh my god. I just do my live 2D updates real quick. And, might not be that quick, but in any case. So, I've kind of gone through... Maybe I'll do a quick sketch of this. I'm just gonna draw stick figures, but so you have your dude, and then most of the effort is spent here. So basically, we have the ability to do X, Y for the face, or rather the head, I guess. We have a little bit of animation done on the hair. So we have the hair for front, and again, this is just a test model. And there's some basic body XY, so body XY. And then the XY is interesting because there's two different ways. There's a lot of different ways to do the X and the Y. Hello, Harpy. Welcome to the not really weekly, but not really daily. But anyways, welcome to the stream. Yeah, anyways. I don't know what is it that I'm trying to say here. So essentially what I'm trying to say is we have some of these things sort of done once. So I have some idea of how it's being set up. And with that, I can then draw, and then I can then visualize it in my head as to, oh, from this drawing, this is how it's going to look like in the final product. And this connection is very important because otherwise there will be a lot of back and forth, even if I go into this final iteration or semi-final iteration. I'm not 100% sure. But now that we have an idea, my next step is going to be figuring out exactly the face part, because everybody's going to be looking here for the majority of the time. And currently I have a sketch that I turned into just line art plus color. And for some reason, this part here, even after I animate it and do whatever, the impression that I got, the vibes that I got is very different from the initial sketch. And I don't know what the disconnect is, because if I overlay both of them, it's basically the same thing. And I think it came down to just the rendering quality that I have here, which is very, very simple. And the lines were pretty thick. There was no... So this is actually just base color. There's no rendering to speak of. And so I think the next step is I'm just going to iterate this part with the face. So I'm going to be maybe using the same proportions I have now, the same sketch. And then I'll just be rendering it with some different things. So this is the anatomy reference. Let me open up the live 2D reference real quick. And over there, I have some, not really tutorials, but like some showcases saved of other people's live 2D stuff. And the plan is to do a quick, I guess a quick study. I don't know how long it's going to take, because it's a bit different from our usual study. But for example, let's bring this over here. So let's say for... Oh, wait, what? It didn't copy properly. This is the chat. Ah, there we go. That's the first thing is the YouTube chat that we are looking at right now. But anyways, if we have an eye like this, right? And then if you look at the link here, let me open up the link as well. So this is someone else's work showcase, and they're showing off how their eyes work. And other than the fact that it's like a bajillion layers here, we also have a lot of like a lot of different particles and a lot of different movements in there. Yeah, Happy. I have my references sort of sorted. We have quite a few of these large boards by now, actually. Hello, Jitog. But yeah, I was thinking that I probably need to do some studies of eyes like this. And the idea is to just break down from what I'm seeing here into the different layers that presumably is in here. I mean, I can guess at some of these because they did name it very clearly. I mean, that's one thing about Live 2D is it's named very clearly most of the time. So if you can catch a glimpse, you can get an idea of what's happening. And yeah. Anyways, so I want to explore some of the rendering and then put it onto what I have right now. I'm not Japanese. I just can read it and speak it. But yeah. Yes. So other than that, I need to figure out some hair rendering as well. I'm slowly getting closer towards the rendering that I want. I think we'll keep to something simple. Not just because I like slightly simplistic styles, but in this case with the rigging, I think I really don't want to be digging my own grave with like super hardcore, insane rendered hair that's going to take 5 years to rig. But yeah, anyways, that's the next step. So exploring some different rendering, so which is also kind of what we're doing now in this stream. Primarily, I'm going to probably not be doing all the eye stuff this stream. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm gonna stick to just anatomy stuff because Mondays are very I get whiplash on Mondays because the weekend I don't stream. I come back on Monday, it's like I never drawn before in my life until I start doing something. So I don't want to make life too difficult. I feel like I'm constantly slurring my words because I'm so tired. And yeah, that's it. I think that's it. And the plan is to just start the final Live 2D design and rendering and rigging. The really good thing about Live 2D is it's kind of disconnected. Like if, for example, if you have, so there's 3 different parts to the whole project, right? I mean, there's a lot more parts than this, but in terms of the actual Live 2D part, you have your PSD files, you have your cubism part, which is the rigging, and then you have the VTS part, which is the actual, I guess, usage. And each one of these are very disconnected. They're quite decoupled from each other. There's still some coupling in the sense of the design, but in general, as long as you have a good layering here. By good layering, it really just means everything is split apart. Then it basically enables you to do cubism rigging in its fullest extent, because as long as you're providing all the layers, it really doesn't matter the technique that you're using, the different ways that you're setting it up, your different warp deformers and all that. You can do whatever you want here, and as long as you have the layer, you can come up with something that's good. And then you can make so this basically enables, we can get an expressive model, and then this would then enable us to do whatever sort of character expressions and then motions that we want. And even if we make a really good model, even if we don't need it because the character is kind of like, I don't know, kind of cool or something, they don't really make certain emotions, it doesn't matter, right? As long as we have a good model, we can choose to use it, we can choose not to use it. So that's the good thing about Live 2D, I think. So I'm gonna restart this process by starting over here, specifically for the face. Well, for the head, I guess. And in terms of problems right now, there's still a few more problems to sort out. Primarily is the year. Because the tutorial I follow, which is by Rariemon, he did a model that doesn't have ears and doesn't have boobs. So these are 2 main things that were not explained. At least for the boobs, it's basically the same as the clothing stuff. You just shake it a little bit differently. So at least there's something to reference. But the animal years, we don't have anything right now. So that's a problem. The second thing is the concept of blend shapes. The thing is that this thing is more powerful and more flexible than using parameters. Because, how should I say this? Like, as a quick example, if you use parameters, which are represented by the circles here, hopefully you can tell it's circles. If you have two parameters, A and B, if you set up A like this, and then you turn on B, what that means is that for every individual pieces of for B, let's say this is 1, 2, and 3, right? Then for B1, there is a corresponding A1, A2, A3. Then for B2, you have all three again. For B3, and then you have all three again. So in total, there will be 9 different keyframes essentially you have to manage. And then blend shapes allows you to do slightly differently in the sense that blend shapes doesn't care that there's B1, 2, and 3. So if I change B into blend shapes, which is represented by the square, then B1, 2, and 3 is no longer tied towards, like, say B1 is equals to A1, A2, A3. It actually doesn't do that anymore. In fact, it would just do A1, A2, A3 plus B1 slash B2 or B3. So instead of having do it 9 times, I can just do it 3 times and then doing 2 or 3 times here, depending on if you're doing what you're doing here. And it would just automatically add up accordingly. But in order to make this successful, you have to plan ahead a little bit in terms of the warp deformers, and you have to think about how it's going to add up, because the way that this is operating, as you can imagine, because it's just adding up like this, so it would take A1, maybe add B1, and then it will get something else. You have less control. So instead of controlling and specifying all the 9 different combinations, you're just kind of relying on it to do the math and hoping that you get it correct, which is why there's the limiting graph that you can do set up for blend shapes. But yeah, anyways, I am wondering if there's a need to look too deep into this, because again, the tutorial I have is made by Rariemon about a year ago. It's in 4.2 when blend shape was just introduced, but wasn't that widely used yet. And using blend shapes is a bit more flexible, so I'm wondering if I should try to look for more tutorials for that, but obviously that's gonna take more time. And yeah, so this is specifically gonna be used for stuff like expressions. And then there's also other things like animations and stuff like that, but I'm not too worried about it, because in addition to being rather decoupled for the basically the development process, it's also very additive. It's very iterative. How do I say this? If you make a face first, you can draw a face first, and then animate the face, and then test the face, and then you can go back and then add a, I don't know, add the eye. I mean, it's kind of weird, but let's say you add the body after that, and then you can do the body, and then you can test the body. Like, you don't have to do everything at once and test everything at one go. So you could just do this and then do this, which is probably what the plan would be. So yeah, anyways, I think a lot of these things that I'm talking about is not that important, but just to keep up with the past few VODs, essentially, just to keep things consistent and recorded. This is currently what's happening. And that is the rant over for today. Apologies for the slightly... I don't know, man. I'm kind of not very clear about what I want to say. I'm just dumping it out there. But yes, anyways, today I'm gonna start off with just another body render, I think. And I just need a pose, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Last week I started feeling more comfortable with it, but then right now if you tell me to render something, I have no idea what's happening. So I need something to bring me back real quick. What do we got? We have let's kind of does it look right? Anyways, maybe this shadow's a bit too hard. Yes, we need to deal with hair. Actually, hair is a bigger problem than anything else. But it's just gonna... Oops, How do you turn off the paper? What? But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go look for some references real quick. Oh yeah, and I think the last thing is that I don't think I can make the timeline for end of July for the live 2D. Given that it's taken us basically a month and a week just to get through the tutorial. That means getting our handheld, walking through, doing exactly what is being told, what is being shown. I guess it's not exactly because I'm using my own model, but given that that's the case, granted we are working, granted we are also still streaming, but that is kind of the intention. That is kind of the intention as we go on for the next few weeks and the months. So that is the capacity, that is the limit. MRIE, I think is the thing. So I don't think we're gonna make it. Unless, of course, we turn every single stream into just live 2D development, but I don't know if that would be the case. So I figured I might as well take my own time here. I will still be working as hard as I can to get it out as fast as we can, because we still are on the deadline. How long did it take? Harpy, how long did it take? I'm not 100% sure, but everything's recorded on stream here. I imagine that the rendering probably didn't take too long. It's probably like 30-40 minutes. Because we have good references, and we were starting to get into sort of a rhythm in terms of the rendering. Is this not safe for work? I don't know. Like, not the one on screen. Sometimes like pure nudity like this is a little bit safer than having like stickers on the nipples or something like that. You know what I mean? But we shall venture into the unknown. Actually, it's kind of similar to this one, isn't it? Wait, isn't this just this? Huh. That's a difference. That's no difference. So maybe something else actually. I'm not sure if it's fast. I guess it could be fast. In this case here, it's we only have very simple colors, very simple lighting. That's the interesting thing, is that like most of the time, like if you look at if you want to learn anatomy, you learn from the best. And the people who are really good at it are people who are practicing it a lot, which means most of the time they're not safe for work artists. But if they're not safe for work, then they don't tend to do very weird lighting. They don't tend to do a lot of different lighting conditions. So you get to see very good rendering, but I don't think the variety is that much. It's not that varied. Oh man, this is definitely not safe for work. Okay, maybe This is the same though. Okay, but I'm doing rehab here. This is not the same, but the shadow is slightly different. I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, I already have the photo set up too. Very cool. Okay. Anyways, so we do like a body render, and then maybe do like a hair render study thing. I don't know how long we've got, how fast I can get this done. So, and then later down the week, I'll probably just look at a few more eyes. We are in the second week of July. Yeah, we're definitely not making it. At this rate, I don't even know if I can make it for end of August for the live 2D. I'll stop here. There we go. Anyways, sorry, I've kind of been ignoring chat for a bit. But yeah, like some of the shorts have gone up. I think there might be new viewers from the shorts. But yeah, this channel is originally dedicated to making study videos, and then right now it's dedicated to basically helping me feel better about myself by practicing more. For the rest of the year, it's gonna be the same. We're just gonna be doing streams every weekday. And then maybe next year, I'm starting to wonder how much time exactly do I have? Because I want to go back to video making next year, but at the same time, the reason why I'm doing art is to do my original stuff, which I haven't really done yet. The streams this year is meant to set that up, to get myself into a position where I could do stuff like that. And it's not really looking that likely at this point in time, because I haven't made too much progress, as evident by the fact that I still don't have my sort of own workflow at this point in time, even though half the year is over, and I'm trying to mess around with Live 2D. But even with the assumption that we can do that, I achieve that, that would imply that next year I should probably spend on making more original stuff. And if there's one main thing that I learned this year is that there is not enough time. There's just not enough time to do all of that. If I want to stream, draw original stuff, and then make videos, it's kind of hard already by itself, but there's also other goals besides this channel, which we'll see. We'll see how the prioritization goes next year. But I would like to at least have a period of time in this channel, where videos are coming out at like a reliable, consistent basis. I'm gonna skip the arms as before, just enough to do a little bit. Bulk of the arms will be ignored. Okay. Are my hips too wide? Yeah, they are. See it. What? Okay, thereabouts. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let me change my music out real quick. If there's one thing I've learned so far as well as, I mean, I've learned a lot of things, but I'm just saying these as I remember them. But I really have to chill on like trying to not be perfect, because it's impossible. That part is the hardest. I think even for Live 2D as well. Oh, you know what? I was on bed yesterday, and I was thinking about the whole stylization problem that I'm having. Because I keep feeling like my own stylization. Like if I don't reference anything, and I'm told to draw something, I have a tendency to draw something in a specific way. And that would be what most people would call style. But I don't recognize it as something as a completed thing. I mean, nothing is completed, but I don't recognize it as something that is valid. But then I started thinking about it, because it's because I was watching a YouTube video about the TV series Loki. And it's about multiple universes, about multiple timelines and stuff like that. And then it made me think, because if you believe in multiple universes, it means that every time you make a choice, there's another universe where you made the opposite choice. But life isn't as simple as A and B, right? It's not about making choice in a yes or making choice in a no. You could have made the yes choice reluctantly, or you could have made the yes choice like very happily. And those are all very different scenarios. And if you think about it, each one of those, between like your yes choice and your no choice, there's an infinite number of different other timelines in between as well. Not just the absolute yes and not just the absolute no. And every single one of this is a valid thing. And I don't know why this made me sort of change a little bit. I feel like in my head, I think it clicked a little bit more in terms of you have an art style A, you have an art style B, and your art style is somewhere in between. Let's say your art style A is super stylized and art style B is super realistic. Then everyone else will fall somewhere in between. So there's no reason to say like my style, which falls somewhere in between, is invalid. There's no... I shouldn't think of it like that. Anyway, I don't know if this is making sense. But just like the timelines, it's just another valid thing. Hello, No Man Island. Noman? I just call you Noman. Okay. Oh, I see, my leg is too far. Oh. Okay, what did I just say about not being too caught up on the lines here? Huh? Okay, there's perspective here. Be like that. It's like the same thing, right? Wait, hang on. It's not the same thing. Belly. Yeah, I need to get Life 2D done quickly so we can go back to actually doing more environments and more difficult stuff. Which way is this lake facing? No, it will still be me about here, right? 90-degree angle back. Oh, you mean like side view is like this? 90-degree here? Yeah, side view. Hang on. Anyways, I don't know why I'm doing this. Let's get things going. Go. My line weight here. Oops. Oh yeah, like this background, because I changed my background here, I keep getting reminded of the fact that I really like having overall adjustment layers. I keep thinking whether if it's possible to do on Live 2D. But Live 2D Cubism itself doesn't support layer modes other than addition and multiplication. Sorry, where did my thing go? So we can't really get like overlays on top. And then I started thinking, hey, can I just bake that color in? Then I started wondering, like, what happens if the model moves? Because if you have a bunch of gradients on the base colors, and your model sort of moves, how are you supposed to get the gradients to match up properly? But it'd be so cool if you can get like actual gradients on there though. Like a consistent gradient across the board. And then I started wondering if it's possible to hack BTube Studio instead. Because they let you write plugins, right? Can you not just write a plugin that changes the color overall? But yeah, like... That's the cool part of the Live 2D project is that it's... Part of it is art, right? But a bigger part of it really is just the animations, the programming, and all the other stuff that's happening behind the scenes. That will have to happen behind the scenes in our case, since no one is going to be using that model directly. There's so much potential for more things, but... Okay, my hands are not obeying me. This is the whiplash on Monday. How does it feel like there's some stability that's working against me here? But I never changed the setting though. Then again, it's on 2. So. It's not even that high either. My god. And okay. Okay, I see so much of it. Don't have to be too worried about that. Actually, the headphones would be here, right?
広い地平を見た僕らの気球は行くこの夢があの日に呼んだほんの続きだったらいいあの海を見たら魂がひどく跳ねた水平線の先を僕らは知ろうとする白い魚の森をあなたは探してる
右
ダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダラン諦めの悪いやからあんたらなんかじゃ束なっても構わんクワバラクワバラクワバラ目にも止まらん速さくたばらんたまらん下がらん押し通すわがままそこだけなっちゃまだ俺はもう一人のあなたサラちゃんかやちゃんわんさか読みの国ワンダランご祈祷中になんだか4時44分回ったら4尺4寸4分様が神なっちゃバンガラン呼ぶ声がしたんならもう一人お疲れ様や晴れた晴れた晴れた晴れた晴れた必死で晴れたさきて霧は晴れたってこと僕がうまく噛み合ったら痛みが重なったら心からだ頭見にぎってゆくなんだか背中に今羽が生えたならば暗闇からさらば飛び立ってゆく彼方心からだ頭懐かしい暖かさ足元に今花が咲いたならば暗闇からさらば飛び立ってゆく彼方何度だって生きるお前や君の中まぶたの裏や耳の中胸の奥についてるメロディーリズムにダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダランダンダラン今日もさの河原ど真ん中積み上げてくトップトップ鬼とチャンバラザリリカルチェンソマスク渡る大海原花歌すぎシャラララ払いたいのならマスタバナの札束誰が開いたかバンドラあとは何があっても知らんがな何百年待ったか超久しぶりのシャバだガキや若葉まだこちくんじゃねえよバカが今確かに目があったなこういうことかよシャマラ晴れた晴れた晴れた晴れた晴れた眠り飽きたさ来て君が待ってた盾と矛が肩を抱き合ったら怒りかけ去ったら心からだ頭みなぎってゆくなんだか背中に今羽が生えたならば暗闇からさらば飛び立ってゆく彼方心からだ頭懐かしい暖かさ足元に今花が咲いたならば
I'll take the chance to just revise on the muscle groups real quick.
飛び立ってゆく彼方何度だって生きるお前や君の中まぶたの裏や耳の中胸の奥についてるメロディーリズムに Yeah
It's just underneath, right? Thereabouts.
君と夏の終わり将来の夢大きな希望忘れない10年後の8月また出会えるの信じて
Wait, what's the original pose?
最高の思い出
前のかな
出会いはふとした瞬間帰り道の交差点で声をかけてくれたね一緒に帰ろう僕は照れくさそうにカバンで顔を隠しながら本当はとてもとても嬉しかった
Man, I forgot. The let's come in. Oh wait, this is incomplete. Okay, I see. The let's is behind this thing, which I forgot what's it called. It'll be over here. And then the triceps are in the back. Serratus here, I think, and then whatever the hell is in front. And then the bones are estimated here. Looks kind of jank now that I draw this out like this. Guess you can't see the butt from this angle. I am not sure. Yeah, follow through the line.
一回だけのチャンスを見送ってしまうことがないようにいつでもかかとかしてたいだけども難しいように主人公の候補くらいに自分を持ってたのに名前もない役のようなスピンオフも作れないようなたかがバイマイサイくだらない愛をたさえ嘘つきにはなりたくないわさわさする胸坂の糸マッサージして乗る急行電車
Lines might be a bit too thick, I think. Overdid it.
影が痛い勝ち泣かない僕だけが一人のような夜が嫌い君が嫌い優しい
How do I do this again? So we're at the simpler shadow first.
僕だけ置いてけぼりのような夜が嫌い一人が怖いわがままがこじれたビート不完全な思いもいかんせん大事にしたくて不安だらけの日々でも愛してみる感じたことのないクソみたいな敗北感もどれもこれもが僕を突き動かしてる
The light coming from the top. Oh shit, not this pan. Oops. I want most of this to be in the shadow here, so I guess not even this part then, maybe just a bit, and then I'll blur that edge. For you. Oh, the light on the leg is kind of high, isn't it, for this angle? Shouldn't there be more stuff blocked? Oops. I guess mine is not enough, huh? I also lost the that tilt upwards. Like this doesn't feel like it's tilting upwards. I think because I extended this part too long. I might have to chop out like a bit of the leg here, so that the bump is on top. Oh, and it's just coming in this way. Right, but if I do adjustments, I'm just gonna have to redraw this. Alright, I do not speak, that's either Indonesian or Malaysian, I think. Maybe not, actually. You know what, I'm just gonna leave it. Let's just leave it. Oh yes, I forgot the reference. Let me put the reference link up. Do I want to put lighting here or not? I'll leave it for now, I guess. So nothing here. Oh wait, it was originally pushed out. Oh, let's do S2 real quick. I see. The belly button as well. Huh? Doesn't have the perspective. Huh? Yeah, this would have been higher. This should have been higher. And this with the button shift.
甘酸っぱい光眩しくて滑り出す汗と響いた声叩き合えた肩笑い合って泣いて明日へ向かうオレンジ色の空へ羽ばたいてゆくあと1秒だけもう1秒だけなんて惜しむような今がきっと小さな背中に大きな夢を乗せて
Definitely missed that. Anyways, I'll be right back.
思い通りの未来だけじゃないけど楽しかったよねすべてが息を切らしただ走り続け追いかけてたのは胸の熱さだろうもう一回のないそんな時がずっとつながってくように何を描こうか何をしようかなんて想像してみるけどきっときっと確かなことだっていつかわかるから間違ってもいいよ怖がらないで君は君でいい、oh、少し苦いオレンジのよう後に残った切なさあと1秒だけもう1秒だけなんて惜しみながら行くよ限られた時がいつか不意に恋しくなっても立ち止まらないで振り返らないで君は進んでいけばいいんだよきっときっと
The one that just ended? It's... I think it's that one. It should be correct. It's Haikyuu's movies song, I think. Orange by Spy Air.
知識の前に相手の方がバックれてくらし明かりきるハットルベリーハッピー明らかにダントツでピカイチ相変わらずタッピーしてる毎日誰の名の光もいらないお前のアイスより
It is, yes.
俺パッと見できないことばっかりだけどベリーハッピー呆れてる周りに恵まれてる家族友達もう反則的立ち位置みんな俺に任せとけばいい教科書にない問題書にない超パッとのもしない Listen 鏡よ鏡答えちゃってフラベストンダベスト yeah 生身のままいけるとこまで To the next to the each power Nothing can bring back
Oh no, I didn't use this pen. Let's see. Use this. Ah.
いやいやいや、学歴もない前科もない余裕でこの存在自体が文化財なのみそ呼吸者は帰る免許はない愛車全国各地揺らす一品このベロがプリンプリンバレットなら満タン関西なまりんなもみのことだま音楽幸運処理の女神今宵もさんまたバンバン漫画みたいな体とまんまで張り合えてしまってる漫画圧倒的力
Is that the tip of the meat here? Yeah, I have no idea how Photoshop works. Like what kind of brushes Photoshop have. Even the one that I'm using right now for Clip Studio, this brush here. I think I couldn't find it in like the latest version the other time, like a couple years back, for some reason. So yeah, like there's different ways you can do it. If you're struggling to blend, I think it might be easier, at least I do prefer it myself as well, is that you always use hard edges first and then specifically go in just to blur the soft edges, I think. Just to split that sort of workflow into two. Instead of trying to deal with both at the same time. I don't know how watercolor works in real life. Okay, I'm not sure. I never used watercolor in real life. For like 20 years or something. I was like, when I was like a kid, maybe. Art is pain. My god. Is it pain? Okay, yeah, it's not over here. That makes sense. Not with the current shadow, I don't think. It looks kind of weird.
約束を超えてゆく振り返らずに進むから前だけ向いて叫ぶから心に弔おうともして遠い未来まで
Push it all the way to the side.
Some so hito no nari kyose shinsho shingai Hamono no ke mitai da Kyoshin takai inochi adoshi Ato wa babarabara nakami naki ningen Yoseru kitai fubyoudou na jinsei Sainou mo nai daijou hirichou ka Honshin byoudou ni botsukose tadoru kiyoku Boku ni ibasho nado nai kara 夢の狭間で泣いてないでどんな顔すればいいか分かってるだけどまだ答えてくれよ闇を払って闇を払って夜の帳が降りたら合図だ敗退して回る感情線され事などは吐き捨ていけとまだ止めないでまだ止めないで誰よりも里くある街に生まれしこの正体を今はただ呪い呪われた僕の未来を想像して走って転んで消えない痛み抱いては世界が待ってるこの一瞬を情緒的感情が揺らいでいくわ従順に従った結果の罰指示選択しかない愛に正気声も出せないまま苦屈な誓いのなき百鬼夜行呪術なぎなこの果てまでも極楽を上現実つけてないで命を投げ出さないでうちの脆さに浸ってどんな顔すればいいかわかんないよ今はただ答えてくれよ古城を解いて古城を解いて不確かな声を紡ぐアイデア相殺して回る感情線その先に今立ち上がる手をただ追いかけてただ追いかけて誰よりも強くありたいと願う君の運命すら今はただほんのぐらい夜の底に深く深く落ち込んで不格好に見えたかいこれが今の僕なんだ何者にもなれないだけの屍だ笑えよ目の前の全てから逃げることさえやめたイメージを繰り返し想像の先を行けと闇を払って闇を払って夜の帳が降りたら合図だ敗退して回る感情線され事などは吐き捨ていけとまだ止めないでまだ止めないで誰よりも里くある街に生まれしこの正体を今はただ呪い呪われた僕の未来を想像して走って転んで消えない痛み抱いては世界が待ってるこの一瞬を えて教えてよその仕組みを僕の中に誰かいるの壊れたよこの世界で君が笑う
Ah, it's the mixing feature, I see.
何も見えずに
It's too dark. Why is it doing that?
壊れた僕なんてさ息を止めてほどけないもうほどけないよ真実さえ Freeze 壊せる壊せない震える震えないあなたを見つけて揺れた歪んだ世界にだんだん僕は
Oh my god.
見えなくなって見つけないで僕
I have to update my counter. God damn it.
見つめないで誰かが描いた世界の中であなたを傷つ
What stream number is this? 132? Okay.
僕のことを鮮やかなまま無限に広がる孤独が絡まる無邪気に笑った記憶が刺さって動けない動けない動けない動けない動けない動けないよ Unraveling the world変わってしまった変えられなかった二つが絡まる二人が滅びる壊せる壊せない震える震えないあなたを汚せないよ揺れた歪んだ世界にだんだん僕は透き通って見えなくなって見つけないで僕のことを見つめないで誰かが仕組んだ孤独な罠に未来がほどけてしまう前に思い出して僕のことを鮮やかなまま忘れないで忘れないで忘れないで忘れないで変わってしまったことにパラダイス変えられないことだらけのパラダイス覚えてて僕のことを教えて教えて僕の中に誰かいるの長袖に咲く喧嘩ただそこに愛を落とした果てに色を溶かす夜に金種の月を添えて転がるように風を切ってつまずくことに強くなった光も痛みも怒りも全部抱きしめて選ばれなければ選べばいい声を と届け夜のその向こうへ涙で滲んでたあんなに遠くの景色まで響き渡れ何を奏でて誰に届けたくて不確かなままでいいどんなに暗い感情もどんなに長い葛藤も歌と散れ残響ただ一人舞う線や互えない体を結べば果てない色も任すように真空の過こそ哀れこの先どんな辛い時も口先よりも胸を張って抱いた夢の明かりを全部取るだけ逃げ出すためここまで来たんじゃないだろう選ばれなければ選べばいい声を枯らして燃える花のように闇間を照らしたら曖昧すぎる世界も譜面にして夜を数えて朝を描くような鮮やかな音を鳴らすどんなに深い後悔もどんなに高い限界もかき消して残響鉄の玉が正義の証明貫けば英雄に近づいたその目を閉じて触れてみれば同じ形同じ体温の悪魔僕はダメであいつはいいのそこに壁があっただけなのに生まれてしまった定め嘆くな僕らはみんな自由なんだから鳥のように羽があればどこへだって行けるけど帰る場所がなければきっとどこへも行けないただ生きるのは嫌だ世界は残酷だそれでも君を愛すよ何を犠牲にしてもそれでも君を守るよ間違いだとしても疑ったりしない正しさとは自分のこと強く信じることだ鉄の雨が降り散る情景テレビの中映画に見えたんだ戦争なんて愚かな凶暴関係ない知らない国の話それならなんであいつに組んで黒い気持ち隠しきれないわけ説明だってできやしないんだ僕らはなんて矛盾ばっかなんだ
Yeah, it doesn't really work because of the angle. Come on. I have to undo the belly button. Change.
の言葉も訳されれば本当の意味は伝わらない信じるのはその目を開いて触れた世界だけただただ生きるのは嫌だ世界は残酷だそれでも君を愛す
My god, my tablet is not doing so well today. It's constantly flickering. Oh, it's disconnected. Okay, still working. 捨てたものの屍気づいたんだ自分の中育つのは悪魔の子正義の裏犠牲の中心には悪魔の子袋に詰められた夏のような世間では誰もがそれぞれ出会った誰かと寄り添い合ってるそこに紛れ込んだ僕らはピーナッツみたいに昨日身のふりしながら微笑み浮かべる幸せのテンプレートの上文字通り絵に描いた上辺の裏テーブルを囲み手を合わすその時さえありのままではいられないまま隠し事だらけ継ぎはぎだらけのホームユノ噛み砕いてもなくならない本音が歯に挟まったまま不安だらけなりゆき任せのライフはないのかりそめまみれの日常だけどここに僕がいてあなたがいるこの真実だけでも胃がもたれてゆく化けの皮剥がれた一粒のピーナッツみたいに世間から一瞬で弾かれてしまうそんな時こそまかりなりでよかったらそばにさせて共にいられ揺られ踏まれてもバレないからみたいになるから生まれた場所が木の上か地面の中かそれだけの違い許されないほどにドライなこの世界を等しく雨が湿らせますようにいい時に冷たくて騒がしい窓の向こうyou know星の一つも見つからない雷に満ちた日があってもいいミスだらけアドリブ任せの商売の You guys can't see the screen flickering. Oh my god, it's insane, dude. Why is it flickering so much today? 隠し事だらけ継ぎはぎだらけのホーム When it flickers, I can't see it for like half a second. And my screen is black for half a second. Come on. Literally getting DDoS. Oh. Oh, it disconnected. Okay, cool. I need a second here. Yeah, it's a known issue, Ellie. This has been a problem for the past, ooh, I want to say 5 years. It's just that like it's just a connector. I don't know why it's so especially bad today. A quick restart should fix it. Oh, you can see. Okay, never mind. So that was the pressure sensitivity bugging out, but it looks like it's fine now. Yeah, I like Wacom's quality. I mean, I've only ever used Wacom, so it's not like I can really speak for other brands at all. But I mean, like, I've had this for 10 years. It still works basically fine. The problem doesn't lie in the tablet, it lies in the connector and the stand, right? So my complaint is just that the tablet itself has great quality, but everything else seems to be kind of poorly designed. Like the stand especially is poorly designed. The way that the way that the connector is made. It's just a tiny, tiny piece of plastic holding everything together. And then connector as well. It's very long and flat. Sorry, it's very wide and flat. So it's very easily bent. And I think that's probably why it's eating shit right now already. Display tablet is well by Kyle Belly design. Ah, man. Shit, is this still working? Getting DDoS by my tablet. Yeah. I kind of want to get a new one because I don't trust the colors I'm seeing on the screen. But I also don't really want to get one because it's not exactly very affordable. I mean, it is actually. Now that I think about it, there's been a lot of newer ones that's a lot more affordable. Oh man, yeah, like I've heard like artists they would draw something, they would check on their phone, they check on their multiple monitors, they check on their friend's monitor. Just to ask for everybody, hey, is this what I think it is? Which I don't really know what's happening in the shadows here. I don't want the dark shadow to flood in that much, so I'm going to keep it localized just here. Okay. Ooh, high saturation. Oh, interesting. Actually, now that you mention it, it does affect the saturated colors more disproportionately, doesn't it? It will affect that more. I feel like I have a tendency to go towards the saturated colors, but I do like the saturated grays more. It's just in my eyes, I find like I really liked eye candy. It really likes to have something to look at. I don't like to have edges that's very blur or very messy. Stuff like that. To be careful with the colors then. Oh, this part is jank. I don't know how this part works. This line should carry down into the breast and the back. Maybe it would have something like that. But would the light even reach like that? Kind of weird. Because this suggests that there's a break. It will follow, so there's a gap in here. And then it's basically just a flat. I'm like filling out my armpits right now. I'm trying to figure out how this part works. Ah, so this is the front. This is the back. Yeah. I honestly, right now, even up till now, I'm still not drawing really by construction too much. A lot of it is just because I feel like I've seen something like this and it looked good to me, and I'm just putting down colors that I've seen before, and naturally when it comes to things I haven't seen before, get confused. So light is hitting this way. 後ろは全部取ってI just take everything out.
風が散らした花びら二つを浮かべて見えない川は歌いながら流れてく
And then it's just the armpits.
いつも嘘も喜びも宇宙を生んだ神様の子供たち未来の前にすくむ心がいつか名前を
Would the traps be able to catch some light? Is the thing. In the back. All the way in the back. Because if we just look at the ribcage, it would just be like this. But this part pops out a little bit. I don't know if it'll do a little bit of lighting. Hello, Igami. Has it been that long? I feel like it hasn't been that long. Then again, I'm the one. You think so, Ellie? Okay. I'm just keep it. Looks just as just the same to me, kind of. I also don't want this much like darker shadow though. Not to mention like what happens with the reflected light. I'm gonna leave this part for now. I'm gonna come back later. Did I accidentally erase this? No. I see, Igami.
新時代はこの未来だ世界中全部変えてしまえば
That part should be a little brighter because instead of the sides. Oh no, I'm thinking of doing reflected light, like a secondary light source later. So I'm just painting in like the big parts. So I'm just like this second shadow, this darker shadow is entirely based off of the first lighting still, and then the second one will come in and then brighten up the shadow in a separate layer. That's what I'm thinking. But don't know what I'm doing.
邪魔者嫌なものなんて消してこの世とメタモルフォーゼ小然ミュージック君が起こすマジック目を閉じれば未来が開いていつまでも終わりが来ないようにってこの歌を歌うよ、Do you wanna play リアルゲームギリギリ綱渡りみたいな旋律認めない戻れない忘れたい夢の中にさせて
No, the angle was not quite right. Because that is where the other bone is supposed to be, I think. I should catch some light. I think it's fine to do everything at the same time. I just have no idea what I'm doing. So I prefer to have everything isolated out. It's a very me kind of workflow. Like everything I do is I break it down to individual, very clear steps, very distinct, decoupled steps. so that I don't have to worry about too much and have too much on my plate. But it's very slow. And work as well, like right now, yeah, like every one color, one layer, right? So that's isolating the individual colors for flexibility later. And then one lighting, and then the first shadow for the lighting, second shadow for the lighting, and then second lighting, which would be could be a secondary light source, could be a reflected light source, and then repeat, repeat, repeat. I think it's very clear, but what would it look like? Why would it be that dark? I don't understand. It shouldn't be all the way, right? Yeah, this part could be reflected light from the other tie. So there's a bit of a foreshadow thing. Oh my god, it's very messy. The colors are getting... Why? One this. Looks like a box rather than a cylindrical form. Which part? You mean like this part here? Oh, you mean like, oh, do you mean like the edges here on this part? Edges. Yeah, it's always a bit of a dilemma. Because like some of these edges here are pretty sharp as well. I think it's just kind of like a stylization thing, but I don't really want to say that because I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, well, it's like saying like, hey, my bad anatomy is a stylization, stylistic choice, but really it's just a lack of understanding. So although in this case it is more deliberate to leave the edges a little bit sharper. Yeah, for sure. I do agree. I do agree that it's only meant for the bones. Or what is this? What is this? What in the world is that? Indeed, we edging tonight, boys. We gotta get better. like there's a lot of problems in this one that I'm doing. Like primarily it's just the fact that I didn't draw it correctly. It's not quite the same perspective as the reference, and I don't know if it works out. I don't know if it's gonna work out like this. Oh, interesting. So there's like a foreshadow. That seems a little bit delayed, Igami. Did you spend some time thinking about that? Yeah, mine is not pushing the hips into the back. It's that's why the belly button is kind of jank. This tummy area is kind of jank. Not to mention this bone is probably further front, right? Because this is the entire side of the body here.
悲しみはまだ覚えられず切なさは今掴み始めたあなたへと抱くこの感情も今言葉に変わってく未知なる世界の夢から目覚めてこの羽を広げ飛び立つ
If you need the reference, I have it for you. Sorry. 1 second. これだ。I know, right? I know. We've been treading the line for a little bit longer. Anyways, how am I picking the lighting here? I'm just using yeah, no problem. Cyan with an X in the middle. I'm just picking something that's top right. Sorry, that's top left. Left and right, so I'm very mixed up because of Live 2D. Because it's entirely flipped in there, other naming conventions. But anyways. I am picking that same lighting direction, but the problem is my pose is not quite the same perspective, so I'm trying to account for that. And also just doing whatever that I want to do. I am just doing whatever, man. The end result, I just want an end result that resembles something like this, that looks good-ish at a glance, and then that's good. And then everything else would just have to come over time, over the years. However many years that's gonna take. Because yeah, like as much as I want to get it perfect right now, I'm starting to realize that I am not good enough to be that demanding of myself. Yeah, really it's just like I want to bullshit enough to convince myself that it looks fine. And then that's good enough. Everything else after that, I'll just wait until one day where I am actually creating stuff that I already want to create, and I'm like, hey, I want to go to the next level, and then let's try to be a little bit better here and a little bit better there. Thank you for the vote of confidence. I do not feel the same about myself, and it's not just like an imposter syndrome kind of thing. It's mostly because I actually don't have any things too solid to back myself up. Like, if I'm comfortable with what I could do, then I wouldn't constantly be saying this, but I'm not comfortable with what I can do. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that, like, if even just like basic hair rendering, I feel like I'm still very lost. If you give me a reference, I can replicate it, but I don't feel very comfortable at all. The chest that catches my eye. Chest is in like the literal boobas. That is a big problem. I don't see it, so that is my limitation here.
ランドリー今日はからきでラッキーで語り油汚れもこれでバイバイ誰だ頭の中呼びかける声はあれが欲しい
Yeah.
これが欲しいと歌っている幸せになりたい楽して生き
I also feel like I'm I'm spread a little bit too thin with all the different nonsense that I want to try. Yeah, now we're touching live 2D, and as long as it's active, it's gonna take out a lot of my effort. And then there is 3D that we want to touch afterwards. It's I definitely need to just pick one direction next year and then just stick to it. Not be too overextended. This is a bit. Yeah. Everything I've done is because of like the references I found. That's it. I think that's a very, I mean, you know, like that's kind of how it is, but my own metric of sort of competency would be as much as possible without references, right? So as long as I'm still super reliant, it's different horizontal levels. Thank you, Igami. Don't know what the technical skills you're referring to there is, but thank you for the vote of confidence. They always say if you don't love yourself, who is gonna love you, right? Well, Igami would. So thank you for the vote of confidence.
Yeah.
Yes, Kirio, there's one right here. Lines are still sketchy, there's too much lines. I've been trying to get away from like clean lines. I feel like I have this, I almost have OCD on lines. And it's kind of annoying. So I'm gonna draw a little bit more based on vibes and not be too particular about exact shapes and exact lines and exact everything. Because it makes it a little bit more freeing. It makes it more fun to draw than being too caught up. Like, because I would go in and I would be like, hey, this line has like a little bump on it because it was two lines that I joined very quote-unquote badly. And then I think forever to try and fix it. And then at the end of the day, I don't even like it anyways. And oh my god, why did I spend so much time on this thing? Kind of situation. It's like...
しみに打ち飲み干すまで相づち仲良しごよしの時間直感で実行中なりかいフロープレイヤーモード
Yeah, using references is kind of hard, I think, as well. Because my entire beginning is just copying references, one part from this, one part from that, and put it all together. Hey, we have a quote-unquote new illustration. Oh my god. What is happening here? I need to bring this up a bit, I think. I don't like this shape. Let's see. What is that shape? I don't know. Anyways, at this point I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just trying random stuff. Put colors down and see if it looks good. I think it's still... I don't know what to do with this. Wait. Hello, Silver. I know, you're probably here the whole time. Yes, sir. Hello, Silver. Oh, I see. They don't have too much of a line. Let me get rid of the line. It can be a little bit more round. Did I bring this up?
と今もその胸を打ち鳴らす
Maybe not.
なんで泣いてるのと聞かれ答えれる涙なんかじゃ僕ら出会えたことの意味にはまるで追いつかないこの身一つじゃ足りない叫び君の手に触れた時にだけ震えた心があったよ意味をいくつ超えれば僕らはたどりつけるのかな愚かさでいい醜さでいい正しさのその先で君と生きてきたい
Then why would this be?
街を切り裂くような排気音が足元でうなっているもうスピードで進む消えた出るランプのありか探してまっすぐに闇をスクラップにする強さでひた走る道路にはもう街灯さえないけれどきっとヘッドライト一つあれば何もいらないな瓦礫の下に埋もれた弱虫の声はいくら耳すましても聞こえやしないさ追いかけてくる後悔が視界を塞ぐ前に追いついた未来の端っこで何度もあなたを救い出すよ不意に記憶がブレーキをかけた下打ちの方向先は覗き込むミラーの向こう自分の育児なさに気づいている時間などないのに瓦礫の下から漏れた弱虫の声はいくら耳塞いでも痛いほど響いてたあの日誓ったリベンジを忘れてたまるかと震えた心が今もうるさいほどその名前を叫んでる広ぶって笑っていたあなたの両方脱ぐまで止まらないあそうさあの夜からあなたを迎えに来たんだ
Hey, let's not do that right
何度
now.
しくじろうとも広ぶって笑っていたあなたの絶望抱きしめるまで負けない運命に殴られても痛くもかゆくもないと道路を駆け抜けてく 敵の下に埋もれた声をかき消しながら無敵の笑顔でラスメリア知りたいその秘密ミステリアス抜けてるとこさえ彼女のエリア完璧で嘘つきな君は天才的なアイドル様今日何食べた好きな本は遊びに行くならどこに行くの何も食べてないそれは内緒何を聞かれてものらりくらりそう淡々と
Hello, Debate.
さんさんと溝で見えない
You have unfortunately missed the generational event today.
好きなタイプは相手はさ答えて誰かを好きになることなんて私わからなくてさ嘘か本当か知り得ないそんな言葉にまた一人落ちるまた好きにさせる誰もが目を奪われてく君は完璧で究極のアイドル金輪際現れない一番星の生まれ変わりその笑顔で愛してるで誰も彼も虜にしていくその瞳が言葉が嘘でもそれは完全な愛はいはいあの子は特別です我々は花からおまけですお星様の引き立て役 B です全てがあの子のおかげなわけないしゃらくさい妬み嫉妬なんてないわけがないこれはネタじゃないからこそ許せない完璧じゃない君じゃ許せない自分を許せない誰よりも強い君以外は認めない誰もが信じ崇めてるまさに最強で無敵のアイドル弱点なんて見当たらない一番星をやっと知ってる弱いとこなんて見せちゃダメダメ知りたくないとこは見せずに唯一無二じゃなくちゃいやいやそれこそ本物の愛得意の笑顔で沸かすメディア隠しきるこの秘密だけは愛してるって嘘で積むキャリアこれこそ私なりの愛だ流れる汗も綺麗なアクアルビーを隠したこのまぶた歌い踊り舞う私はマリアそう嘘はとびきりの愛だ誰かに愛されたことも誰かのこと愛したこともないそんな私の嘘がいつか本当になること信じてるいつかきっと全部手に入れる私はそう欲張りなアイドルと信頼でみんなのことちゃんと愛したいから今日も嘘をつくのこの言葉がいつか本当になる日を願ってそれでもまだ君と君にだけは言えずにいたけどやっと言えたこれは絶対嘘じゃない愛してる
Oh, sorry about ingredients, I forgot.
どこまでも続くような青の季節は4つ並ぶまだこの前を遮るものは何もないアスファルトセミしぐれを反射して君という沈黙が聞こえなくなるこの日々が
Yeah, this part is weird.
僕と違う君の匂いを知ってしまっても
どういうことや
置き忘れてきた永遠のそこに今でも青が澄んでいる今でも青は澄んでいる
Maybe I just take this part out entirely.
近づけるのに届かなかったまるで静かな恋のよう
No,
な
it's too much.
伝った夏のような色の中君を呪う言葉がずっと喉の奥に使えてる また会えるよねって声にならない声昼下がり締めつく風の季節は思い馳せるまだ何者でもなかった僕らの肖像何もかも分かち合えたはずだったあの日から少しずつ君と違う僕という呪いが太っていく君の笑顔の奥の憂いを見落としたこと悔やみ尽くしてラララララララ花々と咲いて
Oh wait, no, that's not how it's working.
君にさよなら今でも歯が澄んでいる今でも歯は澄んでいるどんな祈りも言葉も近づけるのに届かなかったまるで静かな恋のような頬を伝った夏のような色の中君を乗る言葉がずっと喉の奥に使えてるまた会えるよねって声にならない声無限に膨張する銀河の星の粒のように指の隙間をこぼれたまるでおとぎの話終わり迎えた証長すぎる旅路から
This is not safe for work, right? I don't know where the line is. Because like the stickers make it worse, right? The stickers must be making it worse. But like we're not exactly safe for work here either, anyways. 者は眠りにつく穏やかな日常この地に残して時の流れは無情に人を忘れさせるそこに来た奇跡も The ref, okay. Not what we're doing here. Like this is definitely treading the line as well. Just don't know which side of the line is leaning towards. 今更だって共に歩んだ旅路をたどればそこに君はいなくともきっと見つけられる お前も一旦チェック
物語は続く一人の旅へと立つ立ち寄る街で出会う
That's gooning, huh? You do have a lot more, like double the amount of viewers than usual. Not saying anything. I'm not trying to say anything. What? Huh? What do you mean? I'm not saying anything. Always welcome. Always welcome. Is that so? Happy to hear that you're willing to make an effort to join me for whatever this is. I'm gonna leave here today and probably not be able to do this again without looking at reference anyways. I don't know if that's just how it is, but I was hoping to be a little bit more, what's the word, efficient with the studying, but Short of memorization, this is just gonna be how it is for a bit. Yeah, realistic reference for the lighting. That is true. I do have a lot of interesting Twitter accounts that I could reference, you know. Oh yeah, I don't mind using those interesting Twitter accounts. Just that some of them I might not be able to show the reference for real. Even if it's like less nudity, yeah, but just simply because it's a photo. Wonder if it's possible to put a secondary light in here. What kind of color would make sense though? Something colder? Kind of works. Okay. Join like that? No, it would just fade out, right? Once it goes in. Means my AO is gonna get kicked. Let's remove that real quick. 11:46.
あなたは晴れ模様に目を閉じて輪を色何が悲しいのだろうか
Actually don't really like the highlights like that. The skin is not meant to be specular or shiny like that anyways, but let me swap it out for something else. 少し雨の匂いがした Should be able to blur this in.
泣きに
見えない
泣け空よ泣けない
見えない
で雨のせい
If I do this and I just blur it, too strong. Maybe not having a stick. Get rid of that. Maybe later.
鳥雨草をなびかせ羊雲あれも春のせい風のよう胸に春のせい春を待つ晴れに晴れ空よ咲け咲いて春のせい降りやめば雨でさえあなたを飾る春胸を打つ音奏で僕ら春風音に聞く春の風さあこの歌よ投げ晴れに晴れ花よ咲け咲いて春のせいあの雲も越えてゆけ遠くまだ遠くまで
Yeah, you're right. I definitely need more realistic lighting. No point guessing, because it's not gonna help anyways. So switch to photorealistic references. Now that we have a sort of kind of a structure for the layering and the colors and whatnot. Oh yeah, mostly the rendering process. This pen that I used to use for a long time, but and rediscovering it's pretty good. This is Mio's version, by the way. The song. Oh, I left to be right back here again. Oh my god. Oh, I know. Wait, hang on. Is S22 saturated by default? Hello, Zokorin. Sorry, I was there's this thing called, let me turn on my reference because it's blocking the tool. So I can't remember if this is the one I brought in here or this was originally here, but under brush, watercolor, there's this thing called smooth watercolor. It allows you to blend. Oops. So I mean, it's just any blending brush, honestly. It's nothing too special about this one. It's just the one that I gotten used to. Because some of the other ones, I forgot what the problem was. It could also just be I haven't tried the other brushes either. Like, because I don't tend to try too much. Like this, I think this would have been fine too. It's a bit harder to blend, but I think it's just a brush setting. I don't know what any of the settings do. Blend. Gaussian makes the new colors with the previous one. What is running color? Picks up and drags existing colors. Oh, it's kind of like liquefied. Anyways, yeah, no problem, Ellie. Hello, Juvesh. Okay, because we are done with this, well, I have declared that it is now done. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start on this, the breakdown of this eye here because I need to know it for the Live 2D. So let me get that booted up real quick. I want to break this down into all of the different layers that's required, and it's a bit harder to just look at a static image. I think it'd be easier to look at the actual animation here, but another thing would be the actual sort of breakdown. Wait, hang on. So someone else broke down all of the... Oh wait, no, I have it open on my Chrome. Wait, hang on. I think? Did I put it here? I'm so glad I upgraded like my RAM up to 32 gigs because I would have crashed a long time ago if not for it. We have two like gigantic reference boards open. My Chrome has like 30 tabs. Half of them uses like a bunch of memory. We have OBS dual streaming. And the OBS is running a subtitling AI whisper model. There's 3 gigabits by itself. I'm looking for stuff. Hang on. I'm gonna look for stuff. I think it's up here. So, although this person didn't break it down that much. There was another one I found that broke down like a lot. Oh yeah, don't remind me, Igami. I used to have like 30 tabs on each Chrome window, and I would have 3 of these windows for some reason. It would be one for fun, so one for leisure, not what you think, it's just YouTube, and then one for schoolwork, and then another one for art. So it's insane, and that was with 16 gigs too. I don't know how we survived. Oh man, I lost it. Okay. God damn it, dude. I think it was a Japanese artist too that did the breakdown. Because I remember the language that they used. Oh, I guess we have to do this ourselves here. That's fine. It's always the intention. And okay. Let me put on a series of music that then I don't have to continuously go back and forth here. What should I put? これかな? Yeah, that one is a bit of a problem. Oh yeah, if anybody wants to come, wants this link for whatever reason, look at the eyes or something, I'm just gonna put the link in the chat. Oh, hello. I have 3 open. What, 3 tabs? Just 3 tabs, Duvet? That's insane, dude. Okay, how should I handle this reference? Because I need to look at it. And it's moving. Okay, I guess you start from this. Ah, yes, also for the song. This is the song if anybody needs it. Okay. Okay, it's not even better. Same size. It's got even less pixels? What? Is this better? How is this better? What? Okay. Yeah, this eye, if you look at all the rows over here... Oh, sorry, it's probably too small. So, I'll just... How do I say this? Like, if you've never done Live 2D before, all of the jiggle physics that you're seeing, they usually do it in 2 or 3, at least 2 different sort of parameters for it. So, maybe one parameter will be... So if you look at just the white one here, for example, just that highlight here, you can see that it's getting squished. Over here, I think. It's getting smaller and then bigger again. And then there's a little bit of movement, I think. Maybe, maybe not. Kind of hard to see. But each one of these parameters will be in charge of, say, one of them will be the squeeze and pull, one of them will be like left and right, actual left and right movement and stuff like that. And you would do at least 2 parameters, so 2 different types of movement for each of the moving object, and then sometimes the third one. And then in the physics setup, you would set up the pendulum, and then they would, you know, you can mess around with that. So that's why over here, if you look closely at the numbers, there's always 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. So up here we have 1 2, so we have 2 of them for the very tip of the frame here. For the very tip of the frame, we have 3 for the thing itself. I don't know why there's 3 for the thing itself, for like the frame of the eye itself. I don't really see it. Anyways, then another set for the left and right. So left and right is split. The pupil over here, 1 2. Pupil 1 2, highlight. Actually, I don't know what the highlight exactly is. There's like 1 2 3 highlights, and then there's hearts in them. Yeah, I have no idea. Is this supposed to be the normal amount? I think so. You can take this and compare with other VTubers, right? Like you can see, you know, other people's eyes. Is it this advanced? And the answer is probably not. This one over here is probably a little bit more intense than most. And if you... my homepage is very dangerous. Hang on. Okay, thank God. my Twitter homepage kind of scary. Yeah. Like if you look at another eye like this, it's a lot simpler. Right? You don't have a bunch of stuff in there jiggling around, moving around, that kind of stuff. Okay, just to be clear, my Twitter homepage is dangerous, but not that dangerous. If it was that dangerous, I would not have opened it up, like right here. It's just like a less than 10%, 5% chance that something not safe for work will pop up. Like super not safe for work, not like nudity. But so yeah, it's not that much in most eyes here. Yeah, I'm getting a bit lost again because I'm just looking at the rendering. I'm trying to see how I feel about all the different renderings. Like this would be such a pain in the ass to make, by the way, to turn the characters small. Because I'm pretty sure once you turn them small, you kind of have to reanimate the... Would you have to reanimate the thing? The original warp deformer should be present. It's just whether if they will affect the changes correctly. So maybe there's a way to set a hello Mizukine. About fan, I'm top 10. Yeah, like there's a point counter thing in the chat. So if you chat or if you give super chat, please don't give super chat just to climb the ranks. But you will get points and your rank will go up. And I believe, according to the help message, that it resets every stream. So I think that's important information. But yes, what am I looking for? I'm looking for something cool. That at the back of my head feels like something that exists, but I don't know what is it that I'm looking for. Oh, but you have other stuff like this. Like you can have the stars in there jiggle. I guess this person just really likes rigging up the eyes like this. Like a lot of movement. There's also a really cool like YouTube dude I found today. And oh yeah, let me send all of these links. Sorry, which one have I not sent? I'm just gonna send all of them. Okay, so that's one. This is the eye. The second one is an artist that I really, the rigger, Live 2D rigger that I really like. This Akari individual, and then this person here has like this really insane rigging here. I don't even know where to start. Actually, he has a video here. So he's explaining. I'm not gonna play the audio here. I'm just gonna send the YouTube link so you guys can hear it for yourself, see it for yourselves here. And here you can see like the blend shape thing that I was talking about, the square parameters here, and then the circular parameters. So I think the general philosophy is that you would have a very big warp deformer all over the, for example, like the pair of eyes here. Actually, I'm not sure if it's the eyes that he's talking about here. But it will bring them into the rough perspective. So the warp deformer will set things into the correct perspective, and then you will go into the individual parts subsequently to determine the amount of deformation. Maybe there's more curvature now, or maybe you want to set up some parallax because you want to show more 3D-ness, right? So all of those will be done in the chow deformer or the actual mesh itself. But anyways, this guy is kind of insane with the amount of work that they have put in, because stuff like all of this arm transformations, moving around, these are hard, and you have to set up the tracking for it as well. And it's really smooth. And the reason why this is so smooth, I'm waiting for it to come out, but I don't know where it is. So I'm just gonna go to the short directly. But there was one short where he was showing us Was it the head angles one? Like look at the number of dots here. For reference, most people will put one in the center, which is the default front facing, just facing us right in the front. And one in the left and one in the right. That's it. He has like 3 over here and 3 more over here. So he has what, like double, triple the amount of parameters. And the reason why it's crazy is because, as you can see here, once you form the matrix, so this is for the X, then you have for the Y. And remember I was talking about how there's 3 times 3. For every parameter of the B, there will be a set of the A. So for every angle Y of 1, 2, 3, that's 4 angle Ys here. There would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I lost count, 8 or 9 parameters to account for. You don't necessarily have to do adjustments for all of them, right? But imagine he has it because he is doing it. That means he has to do 4 times 9 or something, like 36 different poses, where most people just kind of do 9. It's better if you can, I mean, you can flip from one side to the other, so you just divide it by 2, I guess. The dots themselves are the keyframes. I don't know what you meant specifically by pseudo keyframes. So I believe those are the keyframes. There's also the generator keyframes, which will show as blue. So you can see how there's blue dots here. So the green dots here specifically are the keyframes. And previously, it's not green, just because the object that he has selected may not have any keyframes on this. The green just means that there's an active keyframe for the current thing selected. But the blue is just the interpolation. But anyways, this guy has some very cool stuff. So this is the current gap in my knowledge, which is how do you do some of these transformations here. Like you can see, oh, he's showing us that he's using a blend shape here. Yeah, he's playing with this mouse struck blend shape. And if you look very closely at the deformer, it's just pushing the deformer a little bit. So maybe I can try this. Interpolation using splines. I'm not 100% sure what the word spline means, because I'm not too familiar with animation stuff. But it's like linear interpolation, ellipse interpolation. I don't know what the physical logic implementation is behind the scenes. I think spline is a way of implementing it, maybe. But yeah, and then V-bridger as well to set up the mouth X movement that we're seeing here. That's going left and right. Man, my stomach's growling. Good thing it's not entering the mic. Wait. Yeah, this thing is kind of in the way. This thing's kind of annoying. I want to see the parameter. I cannot see the parameter. Okay, this one here is very useful. I need to look closer at this. Yes, thank you, Silver. Oh, can you oh, you can full screen this? It's still here though. The stupid thing is still here. Anyways, great website, YouTube. Thank you very much. Anyways, I guess I'll examine the eye for as long as I have time left for today. And yeah, go back behind the scenes and work on more stuff. But in the meantime, I want to break this down just so I have a set of reference. So if we ever want to do something super insane with the eyes, I can come back here and be like, hey, this is it. You're gonna do it or what? Okay, bring this down. Yeah, UI kinda jank. So I'm just gonna go for sketches. Oh, it's the wrong brush. I was wondering why it looks so weird. What eye is this? Left eye? Oh yeah, I need to start putting layers. So I'm gonna try to layer this the same way I would with my actual live 2D. So we're gonna be doing a lot of naming, which I don't think you guys can see, but Yeah, Silver, all the best. I hope you can get a good rest after your research. So you have the main frame on its own layer, then you will have the side frame on the second layer. So if I turn off this for a bit, you guys can see that I'm just gonna start spamming layers. It's gonna be quite insane. I forgot how many the current one that I am working on has. The test run. But it's definitely 100 something already. And that is without any form of rendering. Which, so Live 2D, how do I say this? If you don't want to have too much movement, that means you don't have to set up too much parallax and stuff. You can have your line art, you can have your rendering, all on the same layer. And then just try to work with the mesh itself. But you lose the ability, so if you merge your line art in, you lose the ability to make the line art disappear, for example. If your head is moving in a specific direction, maybe the line art between the ear and the head, you want to make it disappear, you can't do that. So you have to separate out line art, right? So that's 2 layers now. If you have coloring that you want to show, for example, shadows that only appear on certain angles, that is yet another layer. So now you have 3 layers. Now, if you have anything that is symmetrical, one on the left and one on the right, you have double that all of a sudden. And damn dude, this thing is not fun. A lot. And then like some other thing is like, for example, if you have a bunch of eyelashes on top, you can put them on the same layer, or you can put them on different layers, so that when you turn the eyes, there can be even more 3D-ness to it, right? So even like all of these eyelashes, you could technically put them on different layers too. I'm sure there's someone crazy enough out there to do it. Actually, I've seen this guy. Actually, you know what? Let me find it. There's this dude who made 3D, like a 3D model in Live 2D. So they would have rigged it up in a way that, so they would have drawn all the different angles, and they would have rigged it out in a way that once you're turning past, like say 90 degrees, 180 degrees, the other one will come in. And then, anyways, it looks insane. Shit, what's their name? This person. 1 second. So if anyone's interested, it's over here. Is it one of this? Is this the mouth one? What's the other mouth? Oh yes, this one. The head. Look at no, what is this, dude? What in the world is this? And he made it so that like you can even do editing, and you know, look, like he's editing and it's, I don't know. Honestly, yeah, I don't know why you would do this. But the irony is that if you look over here, right, the number of green keyframes here, there's still only 25. The previous guy that I showed you with all of those different dots on the head X and the head Y, he would have had 36. So that guy would have had more keyframes than this guy. And this guy is doing 3D. He's just spinning the head around. And he also did some mashing magic so that you can have like, I don't know, like a mash that will work in 3D for the hands or something. Like look, he can, well, what is this? How do you even do this? Like I don't, okay, it is like glitching out in like that one scene that like, oh my god, dude. Like this is all like drawn and then made into this. It's got that like very early sort of 2000s, like 1990s game, polygon sort of character kind of vibe, like Half-Life. Low poly characters. Damn, look at all the angles. Oh, but yes. The sky's the limit. So the top lashes. This would just be the one line here. Oh wait, you know what? Actually, I'm not doing this right in the right order. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna trace it. I don't need to be. Yeah, Igami, what you were seeing was from Live 2D. It's within Live 2D Cubism editor itself. It's a casual Live 3D, as the guy named his files. I might also make it bigger. And the other thing that I'm starting to realize is that you don't actually have to draw your character in proportion. Like, because all the parts, once you put it into the editor for Live 2D, you can then subsequently edit it. Which means you could literally have all the parts drawn to the maximum resolution, and then rescale it within the editor itself, so you can keep all that resolution. But it would be overkill, because you don't really need that much res anyways, but at least for areas like eyes, where you might zoom in super far in, it might be considerable to do so. Indeed. I'm gonna draw a very rough guy here. My hand, please cooperate, thank you. I'm gonna clear the original frame here. Clear that. Push down. Clear that. I think it's still kind of high on the line. Okay. Oops. Was I using the wrong brush? No? Okay. Oh, I know why. This is... my reference is on top. I forgot to put it below. Probably presumably one in the back, but I cannot see it. Actually interesting, they didn't set up like a transparency for the hair yet. I guess they're in the middle of rigging. 야라카시탄자이. Okay. Top lashes, top line, top frame. Yes, okay. This goes down. And I want a bottom. Okay. Continue here. think it's about there. Okay, now for the actual eye. Her skin is too white. I cannot see the frame. Sorry, the white part clearly, but presumably it would be somewhere here. Then we need the shadow on a different layer. Okay, and that's for all of the frame itself, and then we put the actual eye. So we do the eye base here. And by the get-go, cutting it later at the end. So cutting it later at the end, it looks kind of jank, but honestly, like you said, I don't know if it's necessarily jankier. I think my issue is that because I'm working mostly with lines, how should I say this? Like in my current test file, I have, for example, a layer for the line, for the object, and then a layer for the color of the object. So if I were to have painted everything as a whole and then do the cut, I would have to deal with like the, redrawing of the line and then recoloring, which I think was more jank. So I might as well have started with just all of them separated in the first place, because you're gonna have to do the work to separate them anyways. And I'm kind of used to working with like 10 bajillion layers. So anyways, I'm trying to check the what the eye shape is, because like when she's doing this expression, I guess it's more of just an oval, because in the default it's a bit more circular. Yeah, the default is more circular. Oh, she's got like lashes from the side frame too. Okay, this is probably the better reference here. I guess I shouldn't have chosen it in this specific pose, but it's fine. I just need the layers here. So the base here, I don't think I have to follow it exactly since it's distorted anyways. I'll just try to make it vaguely circular here. Oh my god. I think of all the eyes I've seen, this one here, it's I don't know if I want it to be as jiggly as this, because there are some character specific designs that I want to try to implement. So like my character, both her eyes would not be the same, and not just like color difference. So I have to think about what I can do. But the thing that draws me most to this specific reference that we have here is just the rendering. It has got a very sort of crystally, very clear, very glassy sort of vibe to it. And the animation and the rigging itself also complements that. So I want to take a closer look here. So I'm trying to see. Okay, so if you look at the eye, right, like there is that pink part, and that would be what I consider as the base color. So there will be one entire circle of that sort of more saturated pink color, and then this darker part on top. So they could have either painted it on the same layer and just animated it as one single layer, or I've seen other people do this, is that they would separate it into a different one. And I don't know why they do that. That was the reference I was trying to find earlier, because I was hoping to find more stuff on the Twitter to see why they would have separated that. I guess it's mostly just for the parallax, like for more 3D-ness as you're turning the head, but seems kind of overkill. But for the current purpose of drawing, I think I'm going to separate it anyways, because if I were to draw this, I would separate it anyways. So I think it's just that blob here, it will be separated out. Actually, no, it will be, yeah, it will be the entire thing, and then the front pink part will probably be a separate layer. At least for drawing. It looks like it's the same layer when animated though. I need to slow this down. The way that it's bouncing feels like it's connected. This line here. Okay, anyways, the base and then the dark part, then there's the purple part, and then there's like these parts here. So this would be the base, this would be the pink part here. Then we would have the darker part. Sorry, this is... Oh, I'm making too many layers here without using... I'm gonna call it 2. Okay, I'm gonna start running out of names now. So it would be something like this, right? Presumably just ends. Actually... No, that's fine, it's fine. I just need the layers for now. So it's a little bit clearer. So this would have been something like this. It's not symmetrical, is it? I think. Anyways. And then there will be more stuff here. This will just be part of the coloring. So it would be easier if it's done together, I think. There's no need to split it up like this. This is just my habit now, at this point. Because there's the color here. So the base itself will be the darker color. Okay, that's fine. C1, C2 base. Okay, so this guy is empty. I need the pupil now. Right, that's probably one whole thing. There's also a gradient on the base here. You know what? I'm just gonna make this easier here. One, two. Yeah, definitely need to make this easier. I'm getting confused already. Hang on. So this is the base. Oh, because I didn't draw it. I see. I'll push this down then. I'll push this down. So the base would be responsible for that. This one is this 4. Gradient itself, that's fine. Pupil will be 1, 2, 3. So we have the heart that's just getting squished. We have a reflected light. Slowly grab out the more obvious ones here. Let's grab that. Reflected light. So that's the main highlight. Yeah, it wouldn't be too different. I think it would be fine. So there's butterflies that's animated in the back. That's kind of insane. Okay. So this one here, this highlight here is probably by itself. Because the top 2 here are getting pushed up and down by the eyelid. Sorry, yeah, by the eyelid. It's following the eyelid a little bit. This one isn't. So what's going on with the edges here? Are those... Those are not painted in, I think. Those are just absence. Those are just cut into the base itself, so... Oh. No, YouTube, I do not want to change my things right now. Thank you. So there's more details here. Just going through to make sure I don't... all these easy to miss stuff, I want to be very explicit about it. So we know that they're there. Although in likelihood this one here is probably also on its own layer. It'd just be easier, I think. Because the mesh then wouldn't have to have a bunch of empty space in the middle. Oh, but you can always have 2 separate sets of meshes, I think, actually. Never done that yet. I guess it'll just be detailed too. Move it down here. Oh, I see. You got me. Draw on the baby. Oh, there's stars as well. The stars, but it's symmetrical. Oh shit, yeah, I didn't account for whether if it's flipped or not, but most of them are not flipped. Anything that is light related is not flipped. Okay. The baby can't stay still. Alright, I see. It's not a matter of whether if you should or not, it's just that you literally can't. How do you draw the stars again? What does it look like? Just normal. Oh, and there's particles in the back. Wait. Oh my god, there's particles in the back. We don't have enough resolution to see it clearly, but it is there in the... I think it's blinking. Well, it has to be glittering. Otherwise, there's no point. So that will be a separate layer as well. So right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots. 8 dots. Man. Okay. So yeah, like all of these things I would have missed if I didn't do this. That's why why I'm doing this. The two guys over here. Draw a baby gesture. Dang, dude. Baby gesture studies. Only a true master of the arts. Gesture studies of baby. Baby gestures. Okay, let me see if I missed anything. So... You got auto-modded? What did you say? I'll draw them as they shit themselves? Did that get auto-modded? Maybe that's the part. Because I can see it. I don't know if it's in the... It's not in the thing. Congratulations. Okay, I need to see when the eyes are closed. Where is it? So the rendering itself stayed consistent. So that means this is one entire set. And if you go very slowly, it's very interesting that the top lashes just disappear into oblivion. So these tiny lashes at the top, what I've seen so far, at least all the tutorials I've seen, is that when you're close, they usually get flipped into the bottom. Like they will face bottom. So it would be bottom facing, but because the bottom facing ones are already built into the frame, they just made it disappear. And like if you look very closely here, I cannot get the specific frame, but yeah, it just disappears into nothing. That's cool. Nothing else is too problematic. So there's a few complications here with the eyes that I like. Is that one of them is that, okay, I'm missing a detail up there. It's not too important. But the main thing is the fact that I like eyes that are a bit more square. Like I think we have one over here, right? Like it's a bit more square. You can still argue that they're oval, right? But if you really extend the oval, it will be like super long. So, but I'm looking at this eye here right now that we're studying, and also I'm starting to be a little bit more flexible in my thinking, because originally I was thinking, hey, if you draw a circle, yeah, it's gonna stay a circle forever. But nah, you can do whatever you want. So you can make it so that when the eyes are open, it's like a circle like this. But then when the eyes are closed, you can have it be a little bit more wider, like opened up. Like it doesn't even have to maintain the circular form because you can just pull the edges out. And then because the bottom frame here will cut off, so whatever that's outside here will just not be visible. So that's something that I'll probably have to try. And so that's the first part. Like anyways, this whole live 2D thing is gonna maybe take a few more months. Honestly, if we want something that's good, there needs to be a lot of back and forth, because there's too many things I still don't know. And that's number one. Number two is a design problem, because this character's eyes are a different color, right? They're not different color because they're like odd eye. They're different color because one of her eyes is not it's not organic. So strictly speaking, it's just like a fake eye. It's a digital eye here. So it can be any color we want. So I want to set it up so that we can also make it so that it, number one, could change color, potentially. We might have a toggle to change color, specifically for her left eye. Second thing is, because if it's digital, we can have additional stuff popping out. We can have words in here, we can have patterns in here, we can have stuff that's configurable. So it can be something that can be toggled on the fly. And then the last thing is that I kind of want to add some effects. So what we have seen here with the study here is... Well, what did I draw this on? Right, this right here. Yeah, so I want to have... So they have butterfly effects. I want to have glitch sort of effects in there. But I don't know how to think about this. Because for one, we don't have... So in Photoshop or Clip Studio, if you want to do glitch effects, it's basically chromatic aberration, right? So you're basically pulling out the colors, the RGB color from that one pixel, and then putting them at weird offsets. And if you make it really fast and then make it blink into that sort of self-created colors and then make it blink back into the original, that's sort of a glitch effect. But in Live Studio, in Live 2D Cubism Studio, there are no layer effects. So we can't exactly have like 3 different colors. We cannot have RGB and have them stack on top of each other using like lighten to regenerate back the original image. So if I were to do something that is glitchy, it would mean that I have to draw those things manually. I think. At the very least, I will have to generate it within the within Clip Studio. Hello, Uni. And then I will have to cut out like specific portions. So I will have to cut out a blue portion, a red portion, a green portion, and the portion where they're overlapping, all separately, which will be a lot of work. So anyways, I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying, but because if I take this thing and I do chromatic aberration on this, so I'll have 3 different layers here. These guys are all multiply. And then I'm gonna drop this. These guys are on lighten. And then I'll have one that's on red. One that's on blue. So if I pull this, out, so I can do chromatic aberration stuff very easily like this, right? And then if we blink, so we would take this, and then I will merge select the layers. So this will be one frame of it glitching out, right? So I can then select it. I can select rectangles and then I just shift it around. You know, this is your typical glitch effect. Oh shit. My mouse is not cooperating, by the way. The reason why it's so difficult to work right now is because my mouse is automatically releasing the clicks. And okay, maybe not like that, but so imagine if I want to do something like this in Live 2D. because we cannot do this chromatic aberration thing with all these layer modes, I think, I'm not 100% sure. Does that mean that I have to, number one, do this in Clip Studio? Number two, generate this. And then I guess I would take this and import it into Cubism. And then animate this frame to appear and then disappear. I guess would be the way to do it. Anyways, that's just exploration. That will happen later, which is again why Live 2D is both great and not great at the same time. It's great in the sense that it's so decoupled that I can do this iteratively. I can just do a base eye that has no rendering and then bring in the rendering layer by layer, and I don't have to overwhelm myself at one go, which is great. Yeah, Ellie. If I ever do the glitchy, it would just be on the pupil. Sorry, the iris itself. So we'll just take out the iris layer, we'll combine it, and then do whatever. Or we can be even more simplistic and just have it happen within the eye. On some very specific elements. Maybe there's text, maybe there isn't. But yeah, that's our end up planning. But yeah, okay. So I think we didn't miss anything, right? I think that was everything that we need to grab. Yeah, Uni. I've decided that I don't think it's quite possible to finish it by the end of this month. Especially if you want something good. If you don't want something that's that great, I mean like the one I have right now, if I just clean it up a little bit, we'll have something passable. Well, I have to give her some clothes, but so I still need to rig a little bit more. But at the very least, the face is done. The mouth isn't done though. The mouth is kind of sus. The hair is not rendered. Yeah, this is my first live 2D. It is not technically the first one I'll be making. We made one in a tutorial, and then I made another one in another tutorial. And so technically speaking, you can say this is the third one I'm about to make, but this is the first live 2D project that we're tackling. Yeah, like I mean, this tend to happen with my own planning, is that because I don't see this as impossible, I just see this as a lot of research and time required. And if I'm gonna make it, I might as well make it as best as I can. So that's why we're just kind of going for the stars right now. Yeah, it is very ambitious. It is the thing is, based on what I've tried so far, this is entirely within the realm of possibility. The biggest issue I have now, and this has been the biggest issue thus far since the beginning, is the stylization. Because I don't have a lot of original works. I don't have a lot of stuff that really I feel like fit the character I want to create, which is why I'm struggling so much with it. Because if I can just settle down on the stylization, the rigging part is tedious, but it's very manageable. You just kind of do it very patiently, very slowly, but it is absolutely doable. And then anything that I don't know, technical, like layering wise, technical wise, physics wise, we just try it out, right? Come up with some ideas, try it out. Doesn't work, look for more information or try some other idea. I have confidence that we can figure it out. It's just the stylization holding me back. There's a lot of good resources on rigging out there as well, so like I have this thing done as well on the current model. It looks great. Like it looks pretty 3D. There's some angles that doesn't look very good, but there are also the very extreme angles that don't tend to happen anyways. I'm looking at the hair mostly, not so much the face. The hair is what interests me because with rendering like this, as you turn, you can see how it turns like become like a paper thin. These are all like paper thin, like all these are paper thin. Like ideally there would be a separate layer in the back that is purely shadow that would show up as you turn, but then it would disappear as you face back front. There is another artist that is very particular about that. I forgot who it was. Yeah, the hair that we were looking at, right? Oh shit, I lost it. Where'd it go? This one here. So it looks like the one in front definitely one layer. This one here one layer. Oh, maybe not actually. Maybe not. The way it's deforming here. No, it is. Never mind. This is definitely in front. This one here in the back, is that a separate layer? I think it is as well. And then you'll need a layer for the drop shadow, and the drop shadow here. And the drop shadow here. So just like this one bundle here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers at least. These guys here I can't tell. Honestly, I cannot tell. Never mind, they're separate layers, I think. Oh no, maybe not actually. Maybe you could do that. As long as you draw this and match this correctly, I think it's possible to overlap it like this still. Maybe it's arguable that it's easier with... So that's another... Oof. And then people doing liquids. But yeah, I think that's it for me for today. We're out for 3.5 hours. I'm gonna go get something to eat and then get some sleep. And then tomorrow, I would like to try out some hair rendering. That being said, I don't really have any reference found. So we'll see what happens for tomorrow. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for chatting. Keeping me company for 3.5 hours. It is... how should I say this? I really appreciate it because for you guys have to type. So it's not like you guys can draw and kind of chat at the same time. And typing, you know, it breaks the flow of your work, so I do appreciate that. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And have a good night. Yeah, have a good night. I don't know how to end streams, but...